and talk. I got my wife with me today, Ramona Jones, talking relationships, and we're gonna get into the tea. Y'all turn that stuff out. We producing something back here.
We live.
All right, and we got Jasmine Martin, my little sis. So we're gonna get into some stuff.
And we want to hear from you guys too. So
y'all chime in.
We on.
Yeah.
What's up, Facebook?
We live.
What's up, Instagram?
We on. There we go.
What is
It's IG.
IG. What's up, IG? You know, so we in it. All right. So the first topic of the day. First of all, I want to kind of open up with what we're going to be talking about. Some of the segments. Of course, we're going to be, it's going to be kind of edgy as far as the topics. I want you guys to let us know what you want to talk about. We're always going to have a kingdom spin on certain things, so we're going to talk about kingdom always. But not in a way, it ain't gonna be how you think all the time.
Right.
We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about sex. We're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. You know, we're gonna almost like we'll have a top 5 every now and then. So today's top 5, and we just really doing this thing so that we could give more content. Sometimes people can hear across the pulpit, but sometimes it doesn't pertain to what you're dealing with personally. So if you have a question or something that you want to say, make sure that you chime in. We're going to do this probably once a week. We'll have a time. We'll promote it and everything. But we just wanted to go live today to kind of, talk about a couple things. Also, if you feel like you want to go live with us, we will open up the floor to go live and talk to people specifically about certain problems or whatever, or certain comments. And so, this is a show. If we call it a show, or if we continue doing it, it is not going to be like anything that you've ever seen. Yeah. There's a part of this boy right here is so silly. So we laugh a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm sorry right now before we start these segments. We're gonna do segments like
he gonna blame it on me.
What?
But it's always gonna be him.
No, it's not gonna be me.
Just watch.
No.
We got the footage now.
No.
Like
So first thing I want to start off with, for example, we're gonna do topics like the top 5 things that you would get a whooping for. So some of y'all. I think if you get a whooping, that's one thing. If you get a beating, that's a whole nother thing. So I've gotten,
what's the difference between a whooping, a beating, and a spanking?
A whooping, a beating, and a spanking. All right.
Well, you have levels, yes. I think you start off with spanking.
Spanking.
Right.
Spanking is a pop.
Tap, whatever.
It's like
spanking is a pop.
A whooping is like a belt.
Your belt is to your butt. It's controlled atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's turn around. Didn't I tell you? Da 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 da. It's a conversation. It's very uniform.
Right.
A whooping is uniform.
And then the kid knows what they're getting beat spanking for. It's
that's a whooping.
That's a whooping. And wait. And a whooping is usually to the butt.
Yeah,
somewhere around the butt area.
It's a controlled atmosphere when there's a whooping.
When there's a beating.
Oh, hell for the
It's whatever you can find.
Whatever you can find. Wherever you at. With whatever you can do it with. Like a beating is just unorthodox. It ain't a whole lot of talking.
It ain't no talking.
Chasing, sweating, however it gotta go down. The beating is just the ultimate.
Which one is it when they make you go out and get your own switch?
That's a whooping. That's control. That's a whooping. No, that's a whooping. No. That's classified as whooping. If they tell you to go get a switch and then come back, now you can get a beating when you get back, but to go get a switch, you ain't whooping.
My mama, we from Florida. We got palmetto trees.
Yeah.
So she took the scripture. Spare the rod, spoil the child. She took it literally. Yeah. So we used to have to go cut palmetto rods. My mama would be over there with a long knife hacking palmetto rods.
Like she in the front of the movie.
And them things got little thorns on them.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Man, our parents did evil, but South Florida parents did evil stuff. We used to suck our thumb. Our parents used to go cut an aloe plant and put it on our thumb. You ever taste the aloe plant? It's disgusting. Like in South Florida, I don't know what the parents was on.
So we need y'all help What are the top
Beating.
5 things that you would get a whooping for? So,
Number
one is
one.
talking back.
No.
You don't think number one to talk about?
No.
Man, what?
Number one.
Mona never got a whooping. Never.
Because I was good.
No, she was evil.
I
You
don't
think that she
I don't believe that.
Wife evil.
Bruh.
I don't believe that.
She never got what? No, she got whooping one time and her daddy cried.
Oh Lord.
Her daddy cried. What he do?
Punish yourself.
All right,
Yeah.
so what
What'd you get a beating for?
what did you get a
Did
beating
you
for
get a
that
spanking
time?
or beating or whooping?
And what did you get a beating for that time?
Oh, wait. Was it a beating
What's
or was
up,
it a whooping?
Dad?
Yeah.
Right.
Was it a whooping or a
I
spanking?
broke a window. They told me don't play kickball outside. And I broke a window.
So he spanked you and whooped you and beat you.
I would say that was whooping mode.
What,
I would
with
say
a
that
belt?
was,
He did it with a
Because
belt?
you actually broke something.
What
that
did
was
you-
with a belt. They couldn't touch that. Like
Your
his
dad-
hand, he probably couldn't handle that.
So how many
It
licks?
was.
Oh,
How many licks?
Enough. It hurt.
Come on now, how many
I don't
licks? Like
remember.
3, 4? Was it like hot, 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 hot?
Yeah.
Or was it like
was that.
hot, hot, hot?
No.
And then he was like hot, hot.
Like my man.
You get a whooping and a hug at the same time.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right, the top 5 things you would get a whooping for.
Number one, though, is lying. That's number one. If you lie to me, like, sometimes I won't even get you
If you just tell the
if
truth.
you just tell the
you
truth.
talking about as a parent.
Yeah, as a parent.
Oh. I was saying as a child what I got whooped for. But
Oh,
so you used to lie to your mom?
Wait, we're doing number
You
one.
used to lie to your mama?
Yeah.
You a liar?
I would try to get out of it. And that would cause
So mom, I was you were trying to explain, but
it was
And they
coming
look
to
like-
hey,
But
hey,
look, I was trying to-
it wasn't me.
All right, so-
I was trying to call, but he wouldn't let me use the phone. Like,
Like, boy, what phone?
So number 5. All right. So counting down from number 5. Anybody made comment about what they got whooping from? I don't know Facebook.
Eye rolling. The real Jones girl said eye rolling.
Oh,
That
that was
Kiki.
me. That was
Kiki,
me.
eye
I got in
rolling.
trouble all the time rolling my eyes.
Sighing also and
Oh,
tone.
yes.
You get whooped for tone?
Yes.
What?
Don't look at me in that tone. Don't. Oh, yes. all
Wait,
of
you
that.
get whooped for tone?
Yes, you ever,
Like,
you
mom-
ever cut your eyes at your mama? That's tone too.
See, girls get a different type
Oh,
of whoop.
yeah.
Wait,
top
Yeah.
five?
wait. I roll.
Yes.
Bro, what? Let me roll
Your
my eyes at
mama,
my mama.
right.
I roll. Give me some other. Give me some more. I rolling.
Talking back.
Facebook say talking back.
Talking back.
Talking back is
yeah.
one.
That's
I'm
top.
talking about
That's
that's
top
the
5.
quickest hand to the mouth I
But-
ever got
but-
in my life.
That's top 5.
Yeah, we were scared to talk back.
But girls are
Kiki
different
100
though. I
said
feel
lip
like.
smacking.
Like
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
See,
such
these
a-
are all
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah,
That's all
but that's
girls.
girl
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
girl stuff. Like, I don't.
Not going to bed.
You don't get whooped for that.
Huh?
Nigga,
You got
you
whooped.
sleep.
Yeah, you be up 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, you whoop yes. Wait, that's right. Wait, hold on.
Wait, what you gonna say? What you gonna say first? Hold on, wait.
Akiva _ McLean Enterprise said just waking up. So they got whooped for just
You got
Waking
whooped
up,
waking
You
up.
got whoop for everything. That's beating. That's abuse.
That means you had a.
You
Are
need
you
to
okay?
call 1-800. Mama used to whoop my.
You had a whooping in
But
queue.
look.
Oh God.
Yes, we told Yes is the baby boy. He's 5, about to be 6, and they have iPads. We tell Yes to go to bed because he used to get up in the morning for school just all like he don't want to get up.
Yeah.
So he extra sleepy, fall asleep in class, and so one night got up, used the bathroom, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and that joker under the covers.
Mind you, all the time, bro.
Right.
You know how many times? Yeah.
So that's one. That's one of them.
Bro.
On your that's millennial
I'm
whooping.
about to say, that's
Yeah,
new.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That
That's
millennial parent.
That my
Yeah,
my
and
boys
iPad.
do
We ain't
that all
had
the
iPad.
time.
Yeah, our iPads with books. and
Nah,
stuff.
yeah, but still.
Used to get kicked
We
out
say,
the house.
well, you get
come
whooped
back
for
in.
reading.
Yes, under your
What you
covers.
doing, read? Put that book down.
If you staying
Stop
up all
reading the
night,
words,
Yeah.
you under
Put
the
that
covers.
dictionary down.
You know what?
But now, we tell our kids, Cam and KK, put the tablets in the hallway. We got a little
Yeah.
bench. Put them on there.
So they won't be tempted.
Yeah, get them out the
About to
room.
Sneak out there and get them.
Man, go to sleep, get up next morning, just charges with no. They done took them off, got them in the room, in the bed. Boy, I gotta beat them out the bed, man.
Wait, what?
Somebody said fighting.
Marvette, the artist said forgot
Fighting
to put
who?
the food up.
Just fighting anybody.
You get whooped for getting the
leaving food out? What? Especially you got more
I mean, that's a
than one
mistake.
Cook real good.
Mistake.
That's not a
nothing?
mistake.
Going into the kitchen when your mama done cleaned up.
Right. Oh, you got 6 siblings.
Really?
You left out food. She got to cook again. Like what?
Man,
we're not putting the food up.
Speaking of kitchen, since you telling stories,
Oh.
what about the story of you not cleaning up?
well,
You got a whooping for that?
Well,
You got a whooping for that?
it's no, not you get punished. She gave everybody a day in the kitchen, and if you don't clean it up right, you get a week. I know Kiki online. You get a week in the kitchen. And so when we got married, we had issues. We're gonna talk about it later on. I had issues with cleaning up kitchen. I had issues with it, bro.
Okay.
I would rather eat out of pots than clean.
No, you rather throw
That-
them
service
away.
food.
but that's the old me. I've changed. That's
Yeah,
the old me.
You been delivered or you overcame?
Ain't that what the word
So we got.
Yeah.
So did we have? All right, y'all got smacking, eye rolling,
Talking back.
Lying.
with
talking
you.
back, lying. Somebody said fighting.
Yeah.
But nothing with siblings. Like, what about fighting siblings? Like,
Same thing.
Did
Yeah.
y'all get
It's a
whooping?
fight.
Yes.
For
especially.
hitting your sibling or something like that?
Well, I had sisters, so I couldn't hit mine.
You could.
Oh,
well,
my
your
God.
daddy would break your arm.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I
Yeah.
had sisters.
I
You
call
got
my
all
cousin.
sisters.
I ain't got
But
no
they can hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is that a double standard?
Yeah, it is
what
a
it
double
is.
standard. Man, I hit my
is what
sister.
it is.
I hit my sister one time and I had to beg her not to tell my daddy, like for real. Like
You
please don't
negotiating,
tell
huh?
you. Please,
Your
I was-
older sister or younger
my
sister?
I'll
oldest
take
sister.
your weakness.
Your older sister.
Yeah, I turned around.
So she
and
hit you
slapped
like,
her.
she was like, ah! And
I
then
don't
you
know.
like,
We was
ah!
in my
And then she was
room.
like, ah!
I don't know. This was in Florida. She was in my room in the doorway. I turned around like, ah! Did that? She looked at me. I was like, please don't. Please,
I
please.
love you.
I'll make up your bed for a week. I made a deal or something. I don't know if making up our bed for a week, but I made a deal right on the spot. She never told my dad. Shout out to Erica. Love you. Yeah, she
Right.
Your
It's
mama
never
beat
too
you
late.
to death.
Hey, your mama the type mama
yeah.
will beat you right now. You got 3
Single
kids
woman in
married,
the world.
and she'll still whoop you.
Yeah.
That's them Kojic mothers. They'll
Yeah.
whoop you. They'll whoop
Yeah.
you at any time. All right, a lot of people have been asking me to tell people how I lost weight, and so today I was gonna, give the secret. Not a secret. It's just the workout plan. Now I did this with no diet. One, I need to grow up when it comes to eating, but God told me how to lose weight without dieting. So when my mom passed, I was close to like around 275. That picture that I put on Instagram of me, side by side, like that's a real picture. That's not a, people think I photoshopped it. No, that's how husky I was. I was big. I was battling depression, of course, and so, and then we were still working out. Like I was still walking.
Yeah.
We would get up and walk, but I wasn't losing weight. I was gaining weight. And I don't understand. But I was still working out. I was playing basketball every Monday. I was still active, but I was still gaining weight, and so I don't understand what was going on. I wasn't, working out like this joker right here, the tick. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't working out, but I had a regimen to work out. I'm athletic, and so anyway, so the first thing God told me to do, and I'm gonna put this in another video, but I just want to kind of tell you the testimony of it. First thing God told me to do was to start walking, and so I started walking around our neighborhood. And I was doing it with conviction. I started walking, and the other thing he was telling me to do was drink water. So I wasn't told to do a diet. I wasn't told to stop eating anything. So I would walk around the neighborhood, and the Lord was like, "That's it for the day." So I walked around the neighborhood once or twice, and then that was it. Drink water. He didn't say not to drink sodas. He didn't say not to drink anything else. He was just like, just keep drinking water. Next thing I started doing, after doing that for about a week or two, I started trotting, which means a real lazy jog. I would do that. man, I could only jog for like 2 or 3 mailboxes, bro, before I'm like, woo. All right, and so I remember drinking water and trotting. I never forget when I was able to jog around the neighborhood one time. I felt like I was gonna die, but I felt like, you know, I had achieved something, you know, and that's just a trot. And so I would trot as far as I could trot, maybe one mailbox to one mailbox, and then just walk. And then I feel like I could trot again. I could go one mailbox to one mailbox and trot. And so that's what I started with. Still really wasn't losing a lot of weight at that time, but I was just, you know, doing what God was telling me. I was drinking water. And then after I trotted, I never forget, I trotted around the neighborhood and I was able to make it, and I did it 2 times. And I was like, I felt like, yes! You know, I felt like I was better in shape. But I went from walking to trotting, and then I heard God say, run. And so I ran from one mailbox to the next mailbox, and I felt like I was about to throw up. And so that run is what started to make me lose weight faster than anything. But I was running from one mailbox to, so it was a very short run, being able to sustain a run for maybe 5 seconds. You know, like running as fast as I can for 5 seconds, bro. And that jump was like, oh my God. So let me tell you something. It's a big difference from
like a 40-yard dash.
But you're about to lose a lung. All right? And so what I started to realize is I was losing more weight with the short burst of run than a long, because at one time me and Mona was walking 5 miles. Right. Like I was walking 5 miles in a sweatsuit in the summer. Yeah. It still wouldn't lose any weight. And I'm like, what's going on? And so my regimen now you got to work up to this. This is something that you just can't do. Like I suggest that you work up to it, people. Do not just try to do this. But this is what I do. All right? Every day I consume a gallon of water. This is where I am now. And I've lost about 60 pounds. And my goal is to get down to 190. So I'm probably like 220 somewhere. And I don't want to even, I do it by pant size. I was a 44 and I can wear a 36 right now. All right? So I know that I've lost at least 60 pounds. Yeah, I was 44, boy. God.
Boy, you was in Sherman Clump territory.
So this is what I do when I run. Let me show you. I brought my little
this is his magic
my little suitcase.
Example.
Magician bag.
This is what I do every morning when I run. I try to do this. At one time I was doing this 6 times a week, so I was committed to it. And that's where I lost most of the weight. But this is what I did. All right. Calories are they're a measurement of heat. All right. So imagine lard, which is what we cook a lot of our food with. Lard, when it is cold or frozen, you know, it's solid. But when you put it in the grease, or when you put it on the pan and heat it up, it turns into liquid. So most of the time when grease gets in your veins, that's what makes you big. All right. When the grease gets in your veins, when salt gets in your veins, when sugar gets into your veins, that is what's swelling up, you know, your body. All right. If you heat it up, it gets liquidy. This is what God was telling me. And you drink water, and you would go to the restroom and flush it out. And so basically, I run and make my body very, very hot. Drink a lot of water. Man, it burns calories. You are gonna be hungry. And this is how I lost weight. So let me show you what I did. The first thing I put on is Abilene. This is like a makeup removal thing, but what it does is when you put it on your face, on your body, I put it all over, on my legs, everything, it makes you sweat. All right, it opens up your pores and it makes you sweat like crazy. All right, so this is what I work up to this. You need a lot of water in your system before you start doing this, and also, I mean, you can start doing it, but you need to drink a lot of water. And I would say start walking for like a week or so, 2 weeks, and then start trotting, and you know, test your body. And then you got to work up to the point where you could do an all-out sprint for at least a couple seconds. All right, don't try to. Trust me. Right now, I can probably run full speed for maybe 15 seconds, which is crazy. All right, so here you go. All right.
And before you go on, explain the theory of the bicycle, so they'll know what the speed.
Okay, so if you put a bicycle, let's say if you when we were little, we used to flip the bicycle over and pedal with our hands. And so let's imagine you doing 10 of those. If you do it real slow, the wheel is gonna stop when you stop pedaling. Let's say you did it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. If you do it real slow, which is a walk or a slow trot, when you stop, that wheel gonna stop. But if you do it 10 times and you do it fast, 10, that wheel is gonna keep running for a long time. Still 10 steps, but the fact that you did them faster is gonna make your body will burn all day. So we tested this, and when you do this, and the sum total of the run is probably 15 seconds, 30 seconds to walk and get up to it. Cause I won't suggest you just get out there and start running. You're gonna pop something, break something. But or they're gonna have to call, just work up to it. Praise God. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. But you'll burn about 3,000 calories in a day, easy, along with the water. Now, if you do a diet, with me, I get super hungry, like swimmers, and that breathing is another thing. All of that oxygen getting in your lungs, all of that water getting in your veins, and it's knocking out the sugar, the salt, and the grease that's in your veins. And so most people think it's just the stomach. No, it's what's in your veins. All right, the clog, that's what leads to strokes, clogged arteries and all that type of stuff. That's what leads to heart attacks. And so that's how once you insulate your body, make it hot, you start to melt that stuff that's in your veins, and you drink the water and get it out.
The other stuff
all right.
you wear.
All right, so here it is. Abilene, I put this all over my face, all over. All right, and then the next thing I get is this sauna suit. It's a sauna vest. All right, I put on this sauna vest.
Any local Walmart.
Yep, just go get you a sauna vest. That's the second thing I put on. Then I put on a long john. So I be super hot. All right, I put on a long john. Then after that, I put on
another sauna suit.
I put on another sauna suit.
Oh, yeah, you gonna lose 60 pounds.
Yeah, because you hot. All right.
So yes, definitely be careful doing this. Because your body is heating up. It's almost like you're running in a steam room.
In a sauna. And you need a lot of water. You need water. That it's gonna force you to drink water. Right. All right. And
you
then
can do
I
this,
also do
or go stand on the sun. Huh? That's about how hot this is.
He said stand on the sun.
You get 2 ways to do this.
So these are the elements. And then I put all of this on. I wear shorts, but I put all of this on to make my body real hot, and then I do my workout. We walk maybe a half a mile to warm up, and then we run. That run is probably I would say 100 yards. I've worked up to 100 yards. I didn't start.
And we've also added a heel, so we're running.
And a heel. So now another thing I suggest is get you something that you can eat all day, snack all day, trail mix or something like that to keep energy. Because burning this type of calories, you will faint if you have to go to work. Your body's gonna keep sweating. That's why I'm hot right now. Your body's gonna keep sweating all day long. All right, and that's how you're gonna lose the weight. Now I did this without a diet. But I would say that when you consume this much water, it's gonna fill your stomach up to a certain point. So you're only gonna eat a certain amount of food. All right. Also, you get your trail mix. I got the trail mix with the M&Ms in there because I need some sugar for energy. All right. If not, I've tried to do this with an edited diet. It didn't work for me because I had no energy. So I needed something that I could keep eating on every day. Now I still want to get down to 190. That is my goal. But once your metabolism starts speeding back up, that's another thing that I noticed. Once your metabolism starts speeding back up, you can kind of eat anything like kids, you know, because anything burns up in heat. All right, and so that is what I did. I suggest that you do not do this. You can insulate your body and walk in the heat like that, but you need fluids. Like, don't do this day one. You need fluids, all right? Don't try to do that run day one, all right? You got to warm up to it. If you have to stretch or whatever God is telling you to do that's different for you, all right? If you're not athletic, then this is probably going to be something that, you know, if you, like, insulate your body, make your body hot, then just walk and drink a lot of water, and maybe you need to cut down on certain foods or whatever. But if you are athletic, and you want to try this, work up to it, it is going to burn. I'm talking about everything's going to burn. All right? And once you get to a level, you're trying, it's not the distance. Like, I've done 5 miles. That ain't it. It's not the distance. It is you running to the point where you're breathing, you ever, you know, almost drown, you're under the water, and then you come up, and that breathing, that heart rate is up, and that breathing, that's what cuts the weight, that breathing. So if you to the point where you exercising, but you're not achieving a high heart rate, I feel like they're taking your money. I feel like they're taking your money. I feel like if you're not achieving, you know, now, I don't want to say they're taking your money because sometimes you got to work up to it. But if you're not getting to the point where you like, that is where you achieve that maximum burn. And I've done it on all levels. And so it's not like when I was gaining weight or when I was bigger that I wasn't working out. I was. And so it wasn't working for me, and I didn't understand why. And so I felt like God gave me the wisdom, not only for me, but for other people. When you're working out, you've got to achieve a certain level of heart rate for it to start burning fat.
I'm glad you said that. You said that God gave that to you. Now, I want to encourage everybody that if God is telling you to do something separate from this, then make sure you're doing that as well. Because he told me that there was one thing that I needed to cut out of my diet. Now, I can't say, well, it worked for him, so I don't have to do what God told me to do. No, that's not how that works. I still have to do what God told me to do, but I can add what he did in order to make it work. So make sure you're still doing what he told you to do.
Yeah. That's it.
And the key is basically, number one, do something.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. Because what's happening is your body is not used to something. When your body gets used to something, the gains stop. So if you just walk, you might, lose a little bit at first, but then eventually your body's going to get used. The same thing whether you lifting weights or whatever. Like if you're doing a new movement in weightlifting, those initial first months going to be good, but eventually your body going to stop responding to that. Your muscles, your body, it responds to everything different. So your workouts got to keep changing, or your gains will get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So, just take that into consideration. But the main thing is do something.
Do something.
That's why there's so many workout, like different, is Tabatas, is this, is that. Really all it is getting your body moving.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be a report that, I've tried this and this worked and this person say this worked. What it was is you were doing nothing, and then you start moving or you did something and you took it to the next level, and that's really...
Or you even wasn't consistent with it. You pick something to do and then you just don't stick with it.
Like me, my thing is elliptical. When I go to the gym, I get on the elliptical, but once my gains stopped, I started doing, my wife watched this dude do Tabata, on YouTube, and I started doing that, and my gains went down even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like the body, your stomach and your body, think about a car with a full gas tank. Every time you eat food, it's energy. So it stores the energy somewhere. It stores the energy in your veins. It stores the energy everywhere. That's how you get bigger, because fat really is for energy. All right, sugar is for energy. All right, so, and this is how God was breaking it down to me. You got some health nutritionists, doctors, they can explain it better, but I'm just trying to give you what God gave me. If you have a car with a full tank, if it doesn't move, the tank is still full. Right. If you drive slow, it burns some gas, but if you drive fast, it burns a lot of gas. Mm-hmm. And so all of the fat and everything that's stored up in your veins, your stomach, the food, you got to think about the food. Your stomach and your colon can only hold so much. So most of that is in your veins. All right, and when you start burning that gas, when you start burning that fat, that's what burns makes your weight go down. You got to burn. So I've gotten up to a point where I can run for 15 seconds as fast as I can without stopping. All right, and then when but that is very hard to do. All right, so like, don't try. Some of y'all need to just try to run 3 seconds as fast as you can, like you're trying to save a kid from getting hit by a car. Run and see that. But a lot of us get winded when we come up the stairs. Yeah. So
that really don't ever change. I don't care what kind of
Right,
shape you in. You're going up the stairs. Well, I've been in the best shape of my life. You hit them stairs back the whole flight from the bottom to half. You start from the bottom. And that heart just jumped. What, like, whoa, Lord, what was that? Yeah, that right stairs something else now.
So look, hey, so that's what it is. I just want to. Y'all got any questions out there? Yes.
Classic Nikki 100. She said, "What can a person with rheumatoid arthritis do for joint stiffness?"
Oh, see, that's a doctor question.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
I mean, don't stop, man.
Well, I think she's trying to do this with that.
With that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
To me, the first thing I did that I didn't mention was to change my confession over myself.
Right.
The first thing I used to, man, I get in the mirror, boy, you so fat. And I used to say that to myself, boy, you so fat, bro, I can't believe your wife having sex with you, bro, you ugly. I used to say that. I used to say that to myself, joking, but I used to say it. And then what I started to say was, I started to change my confession to say, you know what, I'm 190 pounds, I'm healthy, my body is rejuvenating itself. I am, everything about me is changing, and I'm immortal. I started making that confession. Mm-hmm. All right, when I start making that confession, God started giving me the wisdom based off what I'm confessing. Yeah. So every time I confess something, God gives me the wisdom to achieve what I just said. And so if you have rheumatoid arthritis, your first confession is, I am healed from rheumatoid arthritis in the name of Jesus. So therefore, you don't have to try to do this with that. You're healed from that rheumatoid arthritis, and now we're just working on the weight. One thing I know about water is the fountain of youth, literally. I had, as you get older, my eyes was, getting discolored. My feet, like at the bottom of my foot, was getting dark, And man, when I started getting on the water and when I started making confessions, it went away. Mm-hmm. My eyeballs lit back up, and my feet and all of that type of stuff started lighting back up. Even my hands started lighting back up. And so, water, I feel like is the fountain of youth. Like what it is.
I have Shade of Prophet on here. She said she dealt with rheumatoid arthritis. She said she swam.
Where that's
wow.
Where is that?
Is
that arthritis in the wrist or is it
all joints
in
everywhere,
joints,
all over?
I think it's all over.
Yeah.
Swim.
So she said she swam.
I would say stuff that's easy on the joints.
Yeah.
swim, biking,
So you're not
elliptical, stuff
jumping
like
I
that.
went to the. Another thing is, I went to the beach. I sat in beach water. Ramona buried me in the beach water, and I was in the beach water. Well, I was in the water for about 20 minutes, but I was in the sand for about 2 hours, just sitting in that beach sand and letting that. And it's something that it did to my skin that, like, I was like, man, my junk. You know, not my junk, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Everything was all right. It was better. It felt better. Yeah. It felt better.
So Uno Kelzo said, "What's the name of the stuff you put on your face again?"
Oh, Abilene.
I'm back.
You can go to Walgreens and get it. You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere and get it. Walgreens, I think Walmart has it. But this stuff right here, this stuff is the stuff that they put on boxes. Shout out to Josh, who told me about this. Boxers use this. This is the stuff that they put on boxers, and it helps them to get a quicker sweat. And so I thought they were putting on grease or Vaseline. But
It's like about like icy hot,
yeah,
a little bit.
it's this Abilene. It works. Trust me, it works. It's gonna make you sweat though. You're gonna have to consume water, people. You gotta drink water if you're gonna do this, because when your blood starts circulating, whatever's in there is carrying. So that grease. It's almost like you're circulating grease real fast. That's how you. That's dangerous. So you got to get water in your body and in your system if you're gonna do this. Yes,
And it clears your skin.
it does.
I don't know if it's sponsorship. Yes.
You must like.
I believe.
All right, you got a question? Facebook, what's up?
Some people need accountability when it comes to fitness. How essential is having your spouse be on one accord to work out with you, or to have a workout partner?
Very.
Very. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because nobody wants to work out. Working out is taxing, you know, on your body. It's fatigue. So you need, if somebody else is doing it with you, it just makes it that much easier. I'm like, my wife, she be in and out. Sometimes she work out, sometimes she get away from it. Sometimes she go to the gym, sometimes she get away from it. Then she find a workout partner. She had Danae, but then they move. Then she got to find another workout partner. So she be up. But when she in it, she going, then I'm going, you know, easier and better. So spouse, a workout partner, somebody, you know, it makes it easier. Or a trainer.
I had a personal conviction. I mean, me and my wife we've been working out together, you know, walking and doing certain things. Just walking and talking, and, you know, that's our time together. But
Sure, y'all used to work out together.
yeah. At first, you know, when I first started, he was working us out. Remember Ren with the, anyway, I ain't gonna get on it. What's up, Ren? Anyway, he was working us out.
Go ahead and tell so they know what's happening.
So my guy ran right. So we in the basement, in the garage doing dumbbells. We got 60-pound dumbbells.
He was working us out.
Yeah. So Canton went down. So Kjo went down. Did his. You know, I did mine. And then Ren go down, and he's sweating. And he got 60-pound weights.
He's trying to wipe the sweat.
And he tried to put his head right there and tried to wipe the sweat. One choked him, and the other one hit him in the stomach.
Like, hold on, Ren.
We're like, I'm like, boom. He about killed himself trying to get the sweat. We're like, bro, don't ever do that again.
So I've always worked out with people, but on this, I had a personal conviction. To whereas, you know, because when I started this, the kids were doing, and COVID started, so they were doing homeschooling. So Mona was in there with the kids, laptops wasn't working, we on the phone with the school, and that whole thing was crazy. And the Lord is screaming, I could just hear God in the Spirit telling me to get up, walk now, get up, walk. So I'm going walking, you know, y'all doing this. And that's kind of when I started. I never forget, man. you know, when I'm coming back around, the kids are sitting in the window watching me. They laughing at how I run. Like, look at Daddy running. You know, I'm running like, they look at, my kids laughing at me running. And that almost made me stop.
Yeah, that got to be the
Like, they got into my head like, look at Daddy running. And so,
I don't even think they were laughing. I think that was in your head.
no, they were running. They were laughing because I saw.
Care at all.
We got one.
Derek L. Wood said CJ and Ryan Jumper still weak too though.
Oh, look at man. Hey, Derek, how many times you took L's, bro, on the court with us, bro? You know, what's happening? What's going on, Woods? And so, I would suggest to y'all kind of do it at your own pace. All right, little sis is here because she's gonna have like, I guess you gotta have the tea. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever topic that you want to, but you know, you gotta always have somebody light skinned and messy.
Okay.
I'm just.
Can we talk about that?
So, you know, so her segment is gonna be, you know, we debating on this. She gonna be on every show if we do a show, or is she gonna come every now and then? So you on for the world. But this is my little sister Jasmine. She is absolutely crazy. And we have a lot of fun when she's in the room. So y'all welcome to the stage, Jasmine Barney. Yeah.
Now you gotta pan the camera to get a whole head.
Oh, you see.
Yeah, you got.
Respectful.
Get it back, Jazz.
What you say? You gotta.
Yeah, pan. But she got a cocoa butter on today. She smell good. So.
Man, shut up. You know what? When you sit next to ugly people, you know what to say.
My ugly index good. I don't know what you talking about. You say the
Speaking of
ugly
ugly index,
My ugly index
when we
good.
talk about the NBA team, we got the ugliest NBA team.
I think the Clippers.
They said the Clippers.
The Clippers, I think, is the ugliest
don't know,
NBA
it's the
team.
eyebrow
I love, you know. I mean, it's certain
Who,
dudes
you
on there.
talking about,
What's his name? The
It's-
eyebrow.
You talking about
What?
The light
Anthony?
skin.
Like-
Oh,
Anthony.
no. I mean, he got swag, but I just think
He got one eyebrow.
One eyebrow.
he got.
That makes him ugly, one eyebrow?
He got 2 eyes and 1 eyebrow.
Does that make him ugly though? I mean,
That's like having
No, that's a thing, bro.
No, that's his thing.
2 eyes and 1 eyebrow.
Bro, that don't make you. I don't know. It's working. He winning.
Yeah, the check.
Games,
but
yeah.
eyebrow
He would
is
get, but you ain't got
He
one
gonna
mouth
wear
and
no-
2 mustaches. Like, who did? You gotta have as a balance to the face. It's supposed to.
Like, that's why he went. He's distracted.
That's just saying, yeah.
So I mean,
You don't know which way he looking like. It's just.
I mean,
Confusion.
I think he owned it. I
Yeah,
mean,
he
have a
owned it.
choice.
I mean, he had the choice. He could cut
he
it.
could have cut it.
Man, that mug going back today.
No, bro. I mean, I'm like,
You gonna have 5 o'clock
with
shadow
all of that,
right here.
with all of that money,
You gonna have 5 o'clock shadow right here.
Shut up.
with all of that money, he could do something about it. I think he owned it.
Yeah, he owned it.
Now
Speaking of
Kevin
that Durant, I was
Durant,
about to say,
Yeah.
that haircut, bro.
that
Somebody
jumper got
get-
little roaches in his head. I don't know what in the world.
I think it hurts. I think it's something going on up there where
Girl,
if
money-
you cut it or brush it, it hurts. That's
No
the only thing that
way.
makes sense.
I've seen his
That's the
hair.
only thing
No,
that
Dan,
makes
you're not gonna get your haircut. No.
Like, he
No,
don't
I've
want to
seen-
line it. He don't
Man, you can't
want.
get a shape up.
I actually think it's a superpower.
He got a.
I think the
got
napping.
something
It
else.
wasn't in game 7.
He's Samson.
No, in game 6, game 7, he hit 49, 48.
Oh, so the
Not
static
overtime,
from
he
his
over 7
hair
overtime.
attracts the
But-
ball
but-
to his head.
But when that jugger hair is brushed, he like 1 for 30, bro. The jugger hit 10 points with his hair brushed.
Oh, he gotta play
Like
football.
compare his brushed hair games to his nappy head
Bruh.
game. And I bet
Nappy
you
head.
that mug is a superpower.
That mug look
Why?
like a-
Because I got the same superpower.
That mug
Doggone.
look like a map in his head. Like, I don't know where it's going, but it just look like a map.
Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
Now,
but-
the talent you can't take, but that haircut.
Man, how you gonna get a $200 million contract?
Contract. And bruh,
got a pair
the
of
barber
clippers.
should be at the gym. Like he should be there.
Right, in
That's
the
why
locker
I think
room.
it's
Like in the locker
something
room.
else.
Yeah, it got to be.
Look at you. Look
Hey,
at you.
why you on the bench? Time out. He come down
Hit
with
the eyebrow.
put the thing on him, put the tape around his neck. I got you, bro.
Time out. something. Make sure y'all get the ring. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Bro, you want to keep some on the top? What you want to do with this beer? What you want to do with this beer, bro?
Bro, yeah, it'd be good on the way back in. Okay. And they need to do what's the name? The same way.
No, man,
bro.
I think you should keep the brow,
Bro.
I like the brow.
I'm just saying. Bro.
I like the brow.
You ever seen that
Got 2 eyes, bro.
So have we discovered who the
Yeah. Now if he had 1 eye, I'd be cool. If we like a cyclops or what? Yeah, that's cool. Cause it's a balance. It's 1 for 1.
He got 1 for 2.
You need 2 for 2.
All right.
So have we discovered what the one ugliest team in the NBA is?
They said the Clippers. I can't think of nobody. It was too many roster moves this year. They ain't pay attention to.
Oh yeah, a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah. So.
All right, so we are thinking about doing some type of weekly podcast or show. So we want to know what you guys want us to talk about. Questions that are going to be answered. One of the things we're going to talk about with relationships is, I know I work with my wife. We've been married going on 20 years this year, and she's been, we've spent our literal lives together. Like she don't go to work for 8 hours and come back. Like, no, she right here. There she is. I can look, but she ain't over here. But when I look this way, she gonna be right here. You see what I'm saying? So can you work? I want to hear from y'all on this. Can you work with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, wife, husband? Can y'all do business together? How's that been going? Me and my wife, we figured it out. Certain things you gotta leave, let business be business and let it go. I don't want the fact that, the deal didn't go through to mess up, the meal for the day. Like I say, some of y'all might do bad business.
Or the dessert later on.
Boy,
the whole day messed up.
Like, bro, the joker get in the studio, can't finish his verse, and don't get none when he get home.
Yeah.
Like, come on, because my wife has been an engineer. She's done everything in my career. Mona's been there, so everything that we've done together. And I don't know if people can spend that much time together. Like, that's spending your literal life with somebody. I don't know what is the average time limit, and do you have to get away? Like your wife worked away from you.
Yeah.
How much time, and is that necessary, or can y'all do the same thing all day with each other? I want to know.
Well, my wife is a teacher. She a high school teacher. So when she done with the kids, she just want to come home and rest with talk for a minute.
So what if you were her? What is the thing where you're an assistant in her class or whatever? Parapro. What if you had to be around?
I don't public school no more.
But I'm saying, what if you had to be around your wife?
He went back to a place, right?
He
went back to a place.
Never again.
I substituted my mama class
One time
for half a day. They had a meeting with all the teachers in the library or something. She taught on Cleveland Avenue. Hutchinson Elementary.
Lord.
5th grade. So she asked me to come sub half a day. I was like, I do half a day. I walk in the room, kids just good. I'm like, oh, this will be a breeze. I'll kick my feet back. Soon as my mama walked out the door, they went crazy. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? That man jumping, standing on the tables, on the bench. I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? And the girl, I forgot the girl's name. So I was like, okay, y'all calm down. Let's play a game, I Spy. Bruh, it was the ghettoest game of I Spy. I was like, I Spy something blue.
Ghetto I Spy game.
This girl was like, it's this blue gum this boy smacking in my ear. I'm like, bruh, y'all so, bruh, it was horrible. And then the biggest kid in the class, his name was James.
Of course.
Big James.
He was standing up on the stuff, and bruh, I'm serious. I had to pick him up on my hip and carry him to the office.
Wait, what grade is this?
5th grade.
Goodness.
It was horrible. And then the next time she said, hey, we got another meeting. I said, no, I'm not doing it. Watch this. I came up there. I had to take something to her. She said she left something. Go by and get it and bring it to her. But they'll be in the library, so I had to take it to her class. So she had another substitute in there. Man, I walked in there. It looked like the same class. Everybody was jumping. I was like, sorry, bro. I'm leaving this for my mom. He was like, it was a little kid tapping him on the shoulder. He was like, thank you, bro. What? Bro, I kid you not. This is what he did. He said, thank you, bro. What? You make me sick. I kid you not. That is a true story. I said, bro, I know what you mean, bro. He literally said, it was a big black dude, I forgot his name. But he was looked so sad. Like, I get what? You make me sick. I was like, man. Bro, I kid you so. Yeah, I don't do public school no more. I can't do public school.
We were talking about
spending
your life.
Yeah.
And we got to this. How did that happen?
What? You make me sick. He told the kid, you make me sick. The kid was tapping him while I was trying to give him the thing. So he, doing this. And, he getting something in the bag, out of the bag or something. I don't know. I was like, yeah, I just see it drop it off for my mama. Miss Ed. He's like, okay, I'll make sure I can. What? You make me sick. Bro, I kid you not. I was like, man, I know, I get it. Good luck to you. But bro, I said, okay. Cleveland Avenue, 5th grade, bro.
Well, stuck in my head all day. What?
All right, man. We about to go. Oh, you stupid. We about to go. Listen.
Got a question.
Yeah. What's up?
What? Derek L. Wood said, "Do you think you and Mona are an anomaly?"
I don't know. I mean, when you're in it, it's regular to you. So, working with your spouse, I don't see it a lot. I see sometimes people do certain things together, different ventures together, but then they have their own jobs, which equals time away. So
I think we took the time to cultivate it. Like, we actually paid attention to what we were doing as business partners. Because, I mean, we were new at it. There's no school that you can go to, no class that you can take to make that happen.
Did y'all set boundaries?
He said you set the boundaries early.
Let's set the boundaries
like
early.
what? I mean, you don't know how to set boundaries when you're new at it, but over time you set boundaries. Like, we have a time that we clock out. Like for the kids, you got to stop. Cause Derek, we used to work
all night,
24/7, bro. Yeah. And if we were together, I mean, we were so bad that Lovey took her first flight a week old. A week old. She was on the plane going to a gig.
What you say when you went to the hospital?
Oh,
Lovey.
No. Yeah, that's right. When
with Lovey,
yeah.
And that joker was in the bed.
Shut up, man.
Bruh, I done snuck in the hospital.
Night. Yeah, he snuck in because
Mona just had Lovey.
We wanted that time for ourselves.
Lovey in the nursery. I done snuck in the hospital, got all the way to their room, knock on the door.
I'm like, who is that?
I opened the door. He in the delivery bed like this. And Mona sitting on I'm like,
and Mona sitting there
working. The baby?
She working. He left.
Bro, I was just sitting there laughing.
Man, I was tired, man.
Well, he was tired. I was like, bro, who had the baby, bro?
But the boundaries, you got to set boundaries with everything, I suggest. But, if you have a business and your wife or a girlfriend have a business, that time away, that's the time. Most people get into other things when they're away. Yeah. So and
then people have what they call them, work wives and work husbands.
Yeah.
Work wives. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Work wife, work husband. No, we ain't doing that.
I mean,
you can't have no work husband.
But we've spent our literal life every single day working on Kingdom. Staff like Mona has recorded me in the studio. She's been the engineer before. She know how to run sessions. She know how to set up. Y'all, if you pan this way and see all the lights over here, y'all look, point the camera this way. Like, she know how to do all of that. And, of course, I got a beast, GCS to help him, but she knows how to set everything up. And so through our career, everything that I was able to do, I taught her so that if it come crunch time and I need her to help me, she was my DJ this past weekend at the Eddie Awards.
Okay.
You know, we didn't want to bring an extra person.
The party going.
We wanted to go in there and have legal sex. You know, and we didn't want to have to pay for nobody else.
Right, I was like,
So
what?
she became our DJ. Now there's a lot of perks, you know, with having your wife, but sometimes people can't stand being in the same space with a person that long. I understand. They be like, man, you got to go somewhere. I don't know where, but you got to go somewhere, and they have to spend some time together so that they can miss each other to come back. We haven't had that issue. We're blessed in that, but I don't know if people can do it.
I think it's also you got to be complimentary to work. If both of you are kind of headstrong visionaries, it tends to clash. If one is more, where it's a balance, like one is more administrative and one is visionary. That's how me and my wife is.
I think that's
I'm more visionary,
yeah.
and my wife is more administrative, and she wants to be in the back. Like, no, don't get that mic out my face, you know. And I'm like, okay, you know, I'm more visual or whatnot, and that complimented, and also making sure it's assignment based. If you both have assignments that don't clash, it's when you're trying to do the same thing that you could, you know, that's what
we
it
were
disputes.
both creative. You could get anything done.
If the assignment is okay, this is your assignment, this is my assignment, and then you both meet, you know, okay, did you do yours? Yeah, I did mine.
I cannot do, and I've tried. It's just not in my cards to do anything administrative. I've tried. So,
it is not.
I've tried.
It is not.
But I'm a creative person. But my wife if she doesn't tell me what I have to do,
he will book everything on one day and tell everybody I'll be there, and get a call on the day of from California. To my bro, y'all on the way. Oh man,
I've triple booked in different cities at one time.
You got to be if you compliment each other, it works better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't work, but it works better if you know there's balance. One person is outspoken, one person soft-spoken, one person introverted, one person extroverted. It's like
the time away. You got to make up for that time away. If you guys need your space. Some people need their space. I need to go to work and be away from you. You know, y'all come from two different worlds, and it's tough. So I would suggest that you make sure that you compliment each other when it comes to like I guess the time that I got the one time that I did have a job for a short time. She was still up there, so it don't even matter. I can't even remember, man. Not being when I worked at World Changers, as I was doing music for the youth, she was there. She volunteered, just And at first I used to think that she think you gonna cheat on this, so she gonna watch it. She wanna watch it. And then I was like, nah, she just wanna be around me, and it worked. And I wanted to be around her. And another thing is, she hid a lot of of the things that I couldn't do. She did. So they thought it was just coming from me when it was coming. The emails. Yeah, if you get an email from me that ain't what up or hey, I be there or nah. Yeah. But anything that has more than a paragraph, that's Mona, and she's been a compliment to me for my entire career. And so, but everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't spend that time together. So what is the maximum average of time that a person needs away? Like how much time do you need away in a day from a person that you with?
In a day, I just feel like sometimes you just need like your own personal thing, like maybe you're in like your hobby or something.
But how much time is
that? But it depends on the dynamic of the relationship. Where you and Mona are together, you would need time away. My wife is at school. In summertime she's not, but like during the school.
That's home, but
you said to go
hey,
down
Tim.
with
Hey, Tim.
We love you, Tim.
that's home, but
What up, Tim?
she's not there. She's not at school right now.
But when she's at work, it's okay. She come home. Okay, how much time do we need together? So you know what I'm saying? I'll say it depends on the dynamic.
And and our dynamic too is different. Now I'm thinking about it because there are some times where I have to go away for a couple days. Well, I don't see her at all. She at home with the kids, and I'm gone. And so that happened, especially with Lovey doing AAU.
Oh gosh.
Bruh, yesterday we were in Americus, Georgia, 5 games. To drive back to get to the high school to play another game, you know. And so that's 2 full days away from them, you know, and that's real because I don't want the boys to just have to sit around took styles with me, but that is a different dynamic. So we do have extended times where I have to go, you know, on a trip where I can't, you know, she's not going, you know, but for the most part, we're together, you know. And so I just think that, you know, if you're not used to it, they'll both start saying, don't you have something else that you could be doing right now? You know, if they're not, especially if they're both headstrong and got their own companies and businesses. And so I would love to really have an entirely different show or whatever we're doing. To just focus on how do you do that, because sometimes you go into a relationship where a person have their whole life already set up, and I just need you to be a companion. I don't need you to make no money for me. I don't know, you know, I just need you to be there when I need you to be there, but I don't need you for nothing else.
I mean, that kind of happened with us because you were doing your thing. You were in the studio. You had, you know, your business started. So I had to get in there and learn.
Yep.
I didn't love it at first, but now I do.
And the Lord
But
told
I had
me,
to get in there and learn it in order to be a part of His world.
the Lord Jehovah told me to give her my schedule. Let her run my schedule. I'm like, man, I've been running my schedule I mean, I hadn't started my business but two years. I'm like, what do you like? Jay Black, remember we used to book 3 or 4 sessions at one time, forgetting.
Yeah.
I used to try to do everything in my head. You know, 5 o'clock, 4 people show up.
You got
and I'm like,
you got a lot of mantles, but administration ain't one.
Yeah. With me and Black, like,
Yeah.
and things didn't start happening in my life till my wife started like setting up the schedule right. You know, and so I didn't even release a record. I had so many songs, but I just didn't release them because I was so creative and I love creating, but I didn't take the time to register the song, put the song in the... Even right now, I got like 60 songs, and my wife is like, put it out. You know, and you know, we come from the album era. We don't come from the single era. You know, so you know, Million has released an album and 2 singles since I did my last project. So I'm coming out with more music. But my point is that without her, I haven't been able to function. And I realized that God I don't want to say leaves you incomplete, but He leaves you needing somebody so that you're not a person that's on an island. You're gonna always need somebody. And so, but that's a whole nother show. We about to end this thing. I know you had a segment that you want to. Oh, you did yours already. What is it?
I was going to do another one.
It was a
About the basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, you did yours, the unibrow thing. All right. So look, man, we're gonna try to do this, you know, once a week. It just come talk to y'all. I think Kingdom is more than just somebody getting preached at. You know, we gotta have a. And we want
discussion. The dialogue. That's the whole point. We want the dialogue.
Somebody got one more question on Facebook?
I'm in a 10-year relationship, yet I'm afraid of marriage. Katara's Daniels.
You're in a 10-year relationship,
but afraid. What's the fear? What's the fear?
Yeah, what's your fear? You already married.
Yeah.
To be honest,
what's the fear?
Yeah,
right. 10 years.
Yeah. By law, you probably you common law married.
State you ain't right.
You know what I'm saying?
You a newlywed.
No. What are you afraid of?
Yeah. What's the fear?
Most of the fear, I can tell you, most of the fear that most people fear comes outside of the relationship. It comes from what happened with homeboy and his girl, what happened, what you read on the internet, and all that type of stuff.
He gonna act crazy.
What is it?
Oh, he gonna act crazy because you want to be married? Oh, he doesn't want to be married.
He's gonna act crazy when you get married? That's
the fear.
That's
she's
a
saying.
fear.
Well, when people say people
Oh.
change,
Yeah,
they
well,
get
look,
serious.
I mean, if you've been with it for 10 years and he ain't crazy, you know, now what it is, if you guys are not living together, then occupying that space. See, it's one thing, you know, and I'm gonna be 1,000,000 with you. It's one thing to be with somebody, sleep over their house for a while, you know, have sex with them and all that. But when you get married and y'all can't go nowhere,
Right, every day.
and that's a whole different something. All right. And so, but the whole thing is, you got to have faith in the institution of marriage. One, to be able to change yourself, and that he's going to change himself. I don't know if I'm talking to I'm talking to a female. All right. So you got to have faith in God that he is going to make that man change, and you have to be open to change. When y'all come, let's just say you live in a house by yourself right now. You got kids. He live in a house by himself. He got kids or whatever. Both y'all have stove, refrigerator. You ain't gonna be able to have 2 stoves, 2 refrigerators, 2 everything. You got to make a choice. That is the government of family.
Yeah.
All right, the government of family. When you set up a system to where this is how we make our choices. This is how we build this relationship. This is how we do this. You have to trust that, and you got to trust God. You got to get in the presence of God and do what he's telling you to do. If there's no God in this, then as soon as, see the reason why people go crazy, you could be together for 20 years and not be married, but then when you get into the institution of marriage, because you have to change at that time. When you start bringing them 2 worlds together, somebody has to change. Both people have to change and edit their lifestyles with the help of God. Now, you know, you can't have the side men and the side chicks and all that type of stuff. You gotta change. And that's one of the main things people don't want to do. They want the relationship part of it, but they don't want to change.
Please understand when you...
Yeah, this getting deeper. She say, he has mama issues and I have daddy issues.
Yeah, what I mean, that's still God. It ain't. You gotta have God.
Yeah, you're talking about change. You're gonna always be changing anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna change.
We still are changing, and we've been married 20 years, so you're always changing it.
See,
you got daddy issues and mommy issues.
The mama issues and daddy issues are there, but y'all still been together for 10 years.
So something's working.
Something working. You like something. Something you coming back to. You ain't gotta tell me what it is. You don't have to tell me what it is. Lord Jesus. But there's a reason why this thing has worked for 10 years. All right? And whatever you see in that person, you know, you got to believe that God is going to make that better.
In this marriage, do you feel like, well, if we don't get married, then I always have a way out?
Oh.
You can always walk away. So is that the thing? That you feel like, well, if this don't work out after 10 years, I can just walk away. I don't have to worry about getting divorced and paperwork and all that other stuff.
If you feel like
whenever you build something on fear, then fear is going to always control it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to build it on faith. I believe God. I believe this is the man or woman for my life, and I believe that it's going to work. I believe that we're going to get married. We're going to stay married. I believe that God's going to bring the money that we need in our relationship. I believe that the daddy issues that I have are being resolved in the name of Jesus, because God is my heavenly Father, and the Spirit is the thing that makes everything perfect. So if I got the Spirit, you know, I could be missing in all areas. I could have mama and daddy issues, but if the Holy Spirit is there to make sure that nothing is missing, nothing is broken, and in the Spirit of the Lord, the presence of the Lord, there's fullness of joy. So that means he makes up for all the things that went wrong in the relationship or in your life. You know, you could have daddy issues, daddy was never there. Don't use that crutch. Right. Change your confession to, you know what? Even though my daddy wasn't there, even though my mom wasn't there, I don't have trust issues in that area. Right. And let me tell you something. You've overcome that. You've been in a relationship for 10 years.
Right.
All right, so right now, there's a girlfriend or a boyfriend or somebody in your life that's speaking into your life that's making it negative. Right. You better trust God.
And please understand, when you get married, it's going to be different. God is going to blow on it. You feel like, okay, it's been 10 years, it's been great. It's going to be even better when you get married. It's more that comes with it. But God is waiting on you to make that step, to trust Him.
Marriage is good. It's awesome. All right? It is awesome. And you're going to have your fights. But you're gonna have your fight with anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Co-worker, anybody.
You know,
Y'all been fighting for 10 years.
Right.
I still,
yeah, you fighting now. But the whole thing is y'all can go back to each other's apartment or house, or y'all live with your mamas or whatever.
And it sounds like to me, it sounds like there's a fear of commitment.
Yeah.
Meaning,
that's
not committed is just as far as, sexually, but committed to the other person.
Yep.
And being all in. And that's
Right.
where the fear is, and the issue, the mama issue, the daddy issue is, you're either trying to find somebody to fill that void, and you don't trust that person's going to do that, or this, that, and the third. But marriage is about commitment to the other person as a whole. You're committed to their happiness. Like me, in the 11th year, me and my wife been married 15 years. In the 11th year of our marriage, we had a big blow up. Yeah, we had a big blow up, and out of that blow up came, okay, from this day forward, I'm committed to making you happy. My happiness is not even on me no more. It's your job to make me happy. It's my job. Don't make yourself. My job is to make you happy. And what that did, it took the selfishness
Right.
and the competitiveness
Right.
Yeah.
out of marriage. Because before then, it's okay. Well, I gotta do what make me happy.
I gotta
wanna
get
do-
mine, yeah.
That's not one. That's two people in the same house.
Right.
One is where, okay, we're together, and I'm no longer worried about when my happiness is on you. Then it takes the selfishness off of you, and it takes the selfishness off of me, and it puts my concern for you. And that's when I say committed. That has nothing to do with sexual. It just has to do with committing to you being that peace for the other person that makes their life whole.
Yeah.
So I think it's a commitment thing.
Yeah.
I know.
Facebook.
Derek asks, what is your advice for young men discouraged from getting married? There's a lot of conversation around young bloods not seeing the value in marriage. What are your thoughts?
Because the person that they're listening to,
Got hurt.
Right.
the Bible says, walk not in the counsel of the ungodly.
Yep.
They are receiving counsel from ungodly at the family reunion, on the Facebook post,
On radio.
false in
Music.
radio.
Music saying
Your
it.
favorite,
Right.
your favorite artist,
Rapper,
it puts an Instagram post, and you're taking that counsel.
Yeah.
You are taking counsel from the wrong person.
And also, you see in pop culture, marriage is not working. It's so blasé.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you see, they keep trying.
Right.
And
They still trying.
so because there's something there, you can have a person that sells millions of records, and they can sleep with whoever they want to. They still want to try marriage because there's something about having somebody to themselves,
So-
and then it's just the world that tears it apart. That
Yeah.
everybody just speaks into it. Man, it's not gonna last.
There's God created the human experience in his likeness and in his image. So therefore we have a yearning for community. They're 3 and 1, 1 and 3. And so everything about us has a yearning for love and has a yearning for a connection with other people. Nobody likes to be lonely. Nobody likes to be, in a place where they're alone. So we have a yearning. That's why if you don't have a daddy, there's what's called neglect, and you have trauma, and you have all these issues because there's a void where the community doesn't exist. So what do? You go try to find it somewhere else. You say, the term looking for love in all the wrong places. That's where it comes from, is because there's a yearning inside of every one of us to want to have someone that loves us back. That's why everybody, no matter how jacked up their life is, okay, I do want to try marriage, or I do want to, I done messed up 2 times, I'm going to try a 3rd time. Why? Because there's a void where I want to be loved back. God created us that way.
The first not good in the Bible is not good to be alone.
Yeah.
That's the first. Everything was good until the first not good. And so, most people who are selfish, I say all the time, the most dangerous person in the world is not the person that, the opposite of love. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is selfishness. Because, somebody that hates a person is just, you have to be in a relationship to hate somebody. You're hating somebody that you're in a relationship. I ain't talking about racism and all that stuff. I'm talking about people that you hate. But selfishness says, I only love me.
Yeah.
I put me. I don't care about none of y'all. I only love me. And so when that is when you're alone. But then you start craving relationship. And there's nothing like a person that has achieved great success and don't feel like people are around him or her for the right reasons. Right. So they're popular and alone. That is a horrible feeling.
And torment.
You know what I'm saying? That everybody is around you for the wrong reasons. And so marriage, when you got somebody that's committed to you for you, the very attractive thing that I saw in Mona at first is I was at Morehouse, kind of popular in our little circle, because I did music, and she didn't care about. she didn't find me funny. One, you did find me funny, but you were laughing on the inside. No, she didn't find me funny, and then she didn't care about me doing music, and then she started to care for me, and that was what made her very attractive to me, because she wasn't here for what everybody else was here for. And so so marriage is it, bro. Commitment is it. Finding somebody to love. That's why we love our kids so much. Yeah. Our kids, we got some kids here, but I don't want to. But our kids come into this world as selfish as ever. they come. They don't care about you. They want their milk. They boo boo all over themselves. They come in this world, but because you have something to love, you love this person that don't even care about you yet.
But with the expectation is that kid is gonna love me back.
One day, yeah.
And there are literal people that don't want marriage but want kids.
Right.
Why? Because it's the same thing with the void. I need someone to love me back, and I know if I have a child, my own seed, they will love me unconditionally, in spite of whatever is wrong with me. Because that's what a pet too. Yeah. It's all about, I need somebody to love me. He couldn't love me or she couldn't love me with my flaw, but my kid will.
That's why they call him man's best friend.
Yeah.
Because the man's best friend concept of a pet or a dog is really to replace the wife when we get in an argument. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. So Ralph.
Yeah.
Ralph. Go get my you know what I'm saying?
Go get my slippers, right?
It is. I need somebody to love me, and especially in a if you're how they bash fathers nowadays. You know the man be sitting there like the wife get all the love, the mom get all the love for Mother's Day, and
man,
they don't
this
take.
Thing can go.
I mean, it can
so many different ways because the thing is, God created a family structure so that society would work. When you do, the thing is, you want to be loved, but then you do things selfishly. You'll have a child without a father in the home just for you, and then you create a situation where that child is neglected, and it's this cycle that just keeps going, and it's all selfishness. Where selflessness is, okay, let me tell you this. God never created a thing without the environment first. He created the seed, then he created the fish.
Yep.
He created the earth, then he created the plants. He created the marriage, and then allowed the marriage to produce kids. You don't create the product first, you create the environment.
Yep.
You don't create the light bulb, you create the lamp first. The lamp gives the light life. You can't live outside. Anything that lives outside of the environment it was created to dies. You take the lamp out, it can't light no more. You take the fish out of water, it dies. You take the tree out the ground, it dies. So when you create a model where the product, the child, is no longer in the right environment, statistics show that is a detriment to that child. That's why the walk in the spirit is life and the walk by carnal is death. Because when you walk according to your opinion, your mind, your preference, what you want, you are creating death somewhere.
And you're working. You're trying to create life out of hurt.
Yep.
And so most of the times you got a family basically what we're saying is you're gonna have a child. That child needs to be born in a wedlock atmosphere. He needs two parents. He needs two. He needs male, female, parent.
You need balance.
That is the way God created it. That's not the way we created it. Y'all gotta argue with him. You know, look at the statistics, and you'll see the health of a child based off two parents is a bigger percentage better than one with no parents. And you might say, man, what about people like LeBron James and you know people who make it with one? But it's an anomaly. You know,
but so to that point, this finger right here is broke. It right here.
I ain't know that, bro.
Yeah, it's broke. I broke it in the pillow fight years ago. Yeah, we got Rhea Posey invited godsons to do a shut-in for 85 kids straight off the street.
So you were grown.
Yeah.
This ain't no little kid. Oh, okay.
And we had a pillow fight with 85 goons off the street, teenagers.
Put your hand down.
We got them saved that night, and then we had a pillow fight. Us four against all of them. And I went to swing at one of them and wrapped around my finger, and he yanked it.
Oh.
This thing been broke for years. But even though it's broke and I got full use, don't mean it still ain't broke. I've gotten used to the brokenness.
Right. Wow.
In the home, just because we're used to being broken, don't mean that it's not broken.
Right.
So even if you see something like a LeBron James, don't get used to the brokenness. It's still broke. Right. The model or the goal is not to be broke.
He fixed it.
Yeah.
He fixed it in his generation. He got married, got
his high school sweetheart, had kids inside of that model. Now his kids are thriving.
Right.
That is the goal.
Yeah. All right, man. We can talk all day.
Yeah,
so I see that we need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
We can talk all day, and so family, you guys will see us right now. I guess we're gonna be doing it on Wednesdays, but
Monday or Wednesday?
we on Monday. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. Yeah. But I see that what we're doing is needed.
And the podcast is coming. Somebody already asked about the podcast. The podcast is coming, so it'll be on all digital platforms. In podcast format, it's gonna be edited, all that.
Say the prophet, what's happening? All right, man. So we've been on here a long time. But usually morning shows are 4 hours, so we're not doing. I don't know what's gonna come out of this, so we just felt led to just start getting on here and kind of talking to you guys. Besides just preaching and more music is coming, but I just wanted to talk. So I love y'all, man. This has been really good. This is Facebook, Instagram, what's happening, and we're gonna post this on YouTube as well. And and probably break it down into segments so you guys can get, and then any topics that you guys want us to talk about, I'm willing to talk about anything. So I'm with it, Yeah. All right, much love. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace.
I know I never go on live, so I wanted to do something different today, so took a chance, jumped. So I'll be on here more often.
I just feel like I'm not that interested in being on live all day. Like, what am I talking about?
What up? Huh? What we talking about?
No, I'm talking about me. Like, I can.
Shades Prophet, you said what day that we open it back up? We are working on that. We'll have that real soon.
Thank you.
We want to be legal.
What did she say?
So very soon we'll have we'll be open so you guys can come on. What up, Kiki?
Kiki.
And your 11 kids. I mean 9. I'm sorry.
Don't give me like no more kids.
She like, no, don't give me no more kids. What up, Wack?
You should have told her to send the questions to the
direct
message for our email.
You know what? Both of us had both of our parents.
A segment for.
So Canton had both his parents. I have both mine.
Questions.
And we grew up like that. So
I think raw like that though.
Agree.
Just let people ask questions.
It's a huge difference.
I think it's awesome.
But we still
I ain't hating, girl. You can have it, Kiki.
Section for that.
I'm good with my
when
4
we do podcasts,
kids,
we gotta
Kiki.
do
I am
segments.
good, girl.
I gotta keep it within an hour.
Shade like 8.
I can
No,
maybe go
I
like
think
1 or
it's
2.
maybe one more. I keep saying 9, so I think it's one more.
Podcast. They gotta be
One more in there.
consistently right
You
there
think,
at the
Kiki?
mark. So I'm
What up,
gonna have a
Tracy?
timer, and
When
I'm
we
gonna
gonna get that song together?
Yeah, boom. We do our intros, 5 minutes. How you
Was that
doing?
like
What
a month ago?
5
We gotta
minutes.
get that song
Right
together
then,
so
we're
we
going to
can
the first topic.
do that.
where everybody has.
You gotta send it to
a
me.
segment
I know you were supposed to go in the
lead with, and that way
studio,
everybody get a-
so let me know.
Okay.
Let me know. I love it.
Let's
too.
go.
That song is
Yeah,
hot.
I'm good. I got the equipment. I'm
Let
trying to
me
get the
know.
equipment this week, but
I know y'all hear kids screaming in the background. That's Baby Dawn. Having a good time back there.
Yeah, I was so
All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get going.
them eyelashes so heavy.
Boy, you
Take
was
the
over
eyelash-
here minding my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. Take them,
Minding my business.
take,
I'm trying to tell you, open your eye, you sitting there like,
bruh, them eyelashes, bruh.
I was looking at them, so it was like I was at a
It
weird
looked like
angle.
she's. It's these right here, yeah. Her eyes open,
Oh,
just the
my eyes
eyelash.
open.
The eyelashes are covering the eyes. The eyelashes too long. You got to get the short ones. Not these right here. That more like kangaroo hands. You like
Kangaroo hands.
you stupid.
They upside down, though, because they up here.
Yeah, they covering your eyes. They ain't supposed to cover your eyes.
You got all the solutions.
Nah, I'm